In today's video, we're saying hi to an old friend, and that is the Apple Watch Series 3. So now that's 2023, let's take a look at what it can really offer. So, of course, the tips and tricks that it adapted thanks to recent OS updates is, of course, you do have the new capability to reorganize your library of watch faces, and of course, a slide up allows you to remove. And this little icon right here, if you tap on here, you can actually share a watch face to your friend or family, so long as you have their contact information. It can include the complications as well as the wallpaper, so if it responds, yeah, it now responds. So yeah, in 2023, it's pretty buggy in terms of performance speed, but here you have the capability to select the person you want to send it to. And then of course, if you tap right above here, you can actually include the complications, stuff like that. So it's basically fully loaded. Now, to access your notification, if you see a red dot on top, by long pressing, it allows you to bring up the notification as well as clear all, and a long press on the bottom will bring up your control center. And even though you're in an app, you always have access to those too, no matter what you're doing. Now, the control center is pretty useful due to the fact that this icon right here, if you tap, it will actually pin your device so you can actually locate your iPhone. And a long press will actually toggle the flash so you can actually locate it faster, especially in a dark room. A long press on the Wi-Fi, of course, allows you to actually scan nearby Wi-Fi networks. So if you have no connection to your iPhone, like I do right here, I can select a Wi-Fi network so it can actually connect via the internet. And of course, the battery percentage will show us the battery life percentage of the current battery life percentage on the Apple Watch. And the slide right here will take us to power reserve mode. It just doesn't have the low power mode, unfortunately. That's available for watchOS 9. This is on watchOS 8, and Apple is no longer going to support the Series 3. But it does have all the important features like feeder mode. Of course, with feeder mode enabled, if you actually take your palm and cover the display, and you use the digital crown, you can take a quick peek of the current notification or the time without disturbing others around, and rotate the digital crown downwards to turn it off completely. That's still available, and if you disable it, it goes away right away. You still have walkie-talkie mode with walkie-talkie enabled. If you actually launch the walkie-talkie app, you can send an invitation where other Apple Watch users can actually immediately walkie-talkie you no matter what you're doing, so long as you have the walkie-talkie enabled in the control center. Flashlight just will maximize the lumens on your Apple Watch. It does support 1,000 lumens, so it does get pretty bright. And the swipe will allow you to actually switch between the flashing mode or red so you can be spotted faster. Do not disturb is still available. Airplane mode, wire lock, airdrop allows you to select your AirPods if you have music, because the Apple Watch does have internal storage. The Series 3 has 8 gigabytes, 16 gigs if you have the cellular version. And you can listen to your music by selecting your AirPods or scroll all the way down. You can actually connect a Bluetooth wireless device like non-Apple earbuds. So long as it's on Discover mode, you can actually find it right here and have it paired and connected that way. So you're not strictly stuck to AirPods if you're using your Apple Watch to listen to music while you're on a hike or something like that, or on a run, I should say. But if you keep scrolling down, you tap edit, you can rearrange some of these complications to your own liking. And the ear icon, this allows you to actually monitor the decibel levels of the audio that you're listening to, so long as you have a pair of AirPods or Bluetooth headphones connected to your Apple Watch. Now, you do have Siri on the Apple Watch, and Siri can also launch WebKit. So if you ask Siri, google.com,
here's what I found.
You can actually open up WebKit by opening up Google Open Page right here, and it'll actually take us to Google. And here you have a full mini web browser right here, and you can actually browse the internet. So if you have to do like last minute data research or something like that, you can always have access to Google and go to websites this way. Now, app list view, you have the capability to have it all in alphabetical list order right here, or if you long press, you could always toggle the grid view. And it could be easier to locate apps. So all personal preference, and of course, if you continue long pressing, you could actually edit them. So, and some of the first party apps you can actually delete as well. And if you're on a list view, you can slide to delete them this way as well. Now, no matter what app you're in, if you need to go all the way to the very top, you can actually tap the top portion of the display and it'll automatically scroll all the way up. Now, the Series 3, it still is an excellent fitness tracker. Even though it's not as snappy or fast as like the current Apple Watch, you still have an impressive workout app. Because not only do you have all the important workouts right here, by default, but if you tap add a workout, you could find basically anything. All the same workouts that the Apple Watch Series 8, even the Ultra has. The Series 3 also has that capability to still track, and you can create a custom one too if you want to go more in depth in creating like a custom routine by saying a calorie goal, a timer, or you could do open as well. And whenever this 3-second timer starts, if you tap on it, it'll actually bypass it. See, just like that. And after like the first minute of tracking, you don't have to actually end your workout, because once it's past like the first minute, you can actually go back and it's now green. And when you click on here, you can actually add another workout so you can resume without having to end that workout and launch a new one. And of course, a double tap on the display will create a different segment. Now, if you ever misplace your Series 3 Apple Watch, it will actually utilize the heart rate sensor on the Find My app, so you can actually locate it faster. And in terms of shortcuts, of course, a double tap on Digital Crown will take you back to your previously open app. Tap once on the power button will activate App Switcher. And if there's an app that's acting funny, if you actually long press the power button and then long press on the Digital Crown, this will force close the app where you can actually relaunch it and it will reload, so hopefully it reserves the bugs. But if it's still acting buggy, like your Apple Watch in general, of course, holding the power button as well as the Digital Crown at the same time will reboot the Apple Watch. Now, you can still enable this setting on the Series 3 where you could have Siri verbally read out loud, tell you the time, I should say, by using 2 fingers and just tap anywhere on the display. But you have to enable this feature by going into your settings and just scroll down into the clock. Enable speak time and control with silent, and where it says taptic time, enable this, and I prefer leaving it on digital. And now, if your Apple Watch is on silent and you take 2 fingers and tap anywhere on the display, it's going to vibrate to tell you the time. And if your device is not muted, Siri will actually read out loud the time.
12:22 p.m.
In addition to that, if we scroll up back in the clock section, if you like to offset the time from your iPhone to your Apple Watch, you can actually offset it right here. So if you like to be 5 minutes in advance on all your meetings and stuff, just set it right here. It's going to display you this time compared to the time that's on your iPhone. You can also enable chimes too. And what chimes basically are is like a grandfather clock. Every time on the hour, you can either have it so it plays the sound of bells or birds. This way, you don't lose track of time. Aside from that, there you guys have it. Yeah, the Series 3 is still fairly useful even in 2023. Although it's not running the latest OS, all the important features as well as some hidden features and some cool tips and tricks that Apple Watches are known to have and we adore are still available. Even in 2023, this device is extremely useful for being a really good fitness tracker because it's able to calculate calories as well as keep tracking your steps. And of course, you have all the useful stuff that smartwatches can do, like sending push notifications, as well as answer phone calls and see who text messaged you and stuff like that when you're just doing your routine day to day. Aside from that, thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to know how you could actually switch Siri with an AI Siri, you can go ahead and check out that video over here where I walk you through the whole setup procedure. It's super easy to do. I highly recommend because Siri Pro is much better than standard Siri. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.